let's just wait for a minute while everyone else is joining the show and we can begin. I hope everyone is there. Let's see who is there in the comments. I think there will be some people. If you're here, just let me know so that we can begin the show. Where is this? Okay, we have 7 people. Only 7. It should be. Oh, is it only 7? Hello, Amy. Hello, Sam. Hello. I was just reading this today, and apparently Chainlink, they had the staking, so staking now is live on Chainlink. But yeah, the price crashed in response to the news. Sadly, it's the crypto space. Yeah, coins turn to pump when there is an expectation of news, and they will dump on the news. It's really sad to see it happen like this. And I was thinking that Chainlink could actually rally to this. And according to this that I was reading, it may not really have like a very good benefit to Chainlink in the long term, because Chainlink will become inflationary. It's really crazy stuff. It's sad to see that Chainlink is going through this, but yeah, that's the crypto space. You can read this article on the Cointelegraph. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Chainlink price drops after staking launch. Terrible scenario. Yeah, that's it, consolidating there. I think it could still drop more if Bitcoin decides to drop anyway. Yeah, BTC 18K needs some money for Christmas. I do think it could still go to 18K. It's not, for it to not go to 18K, we would be looking at, perhaps it dropping below 16.4, and yeah, that will be really bad. However, anyway, we'll analyze that in a minute while everyone is joining. Hello, hey, Vlad, James de la Perda, Chidi, Tahi. So, terrible scenario here. How to get a job in the metaverse and Web3. I will bring a bot to the Discord group that can, send Web3 jobs. When they get, maybe if there is a Web3 job somewhere, it will get signaled in the Discord group. I was talking to a guy who can do that. He can program a bot that will send Web3 jobs to the Discord group. Blockchain breaking down the doors in electronic music industry. And hear about electronic music in the crypto, you start to think of, I think, Audius. I have a friend who he's actually working with the Audius team, and he's not so into, I don't want to spill bad news about Audius here, but it's not so beautiful what they are doing. The murky world of cryptocurrency mixers. Chainlink plunges from 3-month high as link price eyes another 50% correction. Arbitrum sees steady growth as airdrop speculation leads to increased earnings. Lido fundamentals. Anyway, so we have 20 people. I think we can begin. Bitcoin options data shows bulls aiming for 17K BTC price by Friday's expiry. What's today? I really never know the date. Today is Thursday. I think the highest it could go for now would be about 17.2. All right, so let's begin from here. So we all know what this chart is. If you do not know what this chart is, then yep, you have been under a rock for a very long time. I was posting these on TikTok, I think, and some people still do not believe it, but this is like 2018. If you take from here to here, from here to here, somewhere here, it should start to signal resistance around here. I think you all can see that. And if you take from here to here to about here, because this will be the double bottom, double of this bottom here, about here with this one, no, yes, around here. That's keeping us right at the all-time high there. Anyway, so that's 2018 predicting this past bull market. We can also take this and put like so, and we have BTC ending at the last Fibonacci's here, this one. Anyway, that's how you could use all of this to know future price action. Some people still do not believe that it's possible, but it is. The whole drop here that you could say this was because of the COVID virus, it wasn't. It really wasn't. I really believe there is something deeper in all of this than, you know, just what we hear from the news and what we think. There is something deeper. We will discover it someday. All right, so let's dive right into the daily chart, and we explain how we got to. So the purpose of this video is that we should understand how we got here, what we are doing here, and what is most likely to happen next. All right, so yeah, how did we get here? We got here from this drop here. So explaining from here, we could say that from this big breakdown here, we came into this rising channel that you can see here. Now, this rising channel led us to 25K, yes? 25K. The target for a rising channel is the bottom of the channel, which is somewhat like you see here. I think you can see this. If you can't see, just let me know in the comments. Okay. I'm gonna take out the volume profile here. Gone. All right. Let's take the RSI a bit there. Okay, cool. Now, so this is the rising channel, and the target for it would be the bottom of it. So this is the bottom, and we came back to that bottom here. All right. So from here, if you take this like so, you know that when price drops and goes into a rising channel, that is a bear flag, yes? So to measure the bear flag, you put like so. So from here, going up to here and this drop right here, you know that the ultimate target for that is 15.6K. Did we meet that? Yes, we did down here. So we take this line and we draw a mark at 15.6K. Okay, that's BTC bouncing off of the target of this bear flag here. All right, and let's see if the Fibonacci could have given us this same value. So to use this this trend-based Fibonacci, because this is different from the usual one that you may have been using, this you just take like this and you put like this. Yes, that's what you would normally do. It does work. It's not like it does not work. You can see it working here. You see it going to the 0.618. Yeah, so the strongest zones of this Fibonacci is the 0.382, 0.5 and 0.618. If price goes above all of this and closes above the 0.618, you know that it is most likely to continue going up until the 1.618 up here, which would have put Bitcoin at $35,000. So if you are to bet that it's going to retrace here, you can take your short here and you put right above the 0.618, because you know that if it actually breaks off of there, there will be no need to, you know, be in a loss until here, you know. Yeah, no need. So you just exit, and yeah, you would have gotten out from here. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Please check 15 minutes. All right, yeah, we will go to that very soon. Very soon we will go to that. All right, so that was the fractal. This fractal is what led us to this bottom down here. Okay, I'm just saying this because a lot of people were asking me, like, I should, you know, make a video and you know, like, bring everyone up to speed with what has been going on. So okay, so let's just skip all of this consolidation here and come right down to here. Now this is on the daily chart, and on the same daily chart you can see some things. Before we go to the 4 hourly, there are some things you can see here which will not sit right with you if you were trading or anything. So first, you see that the stochastic here is already in the overbought region. Yes, in the overbought region, and you can see that this first overbought region right here is higher than the second one, but the one here is lower. So we have a higher stochastic here, lower high to this one. So this is a higher high, but we have a lower stochastic here. So this is a bearish divergence. We would really expect that Bitcoin comes down to 16,400 down here, because this is where the bearish divergence started. Yes, so we will expect that it bounces off from somewhere here. Now it coming back here will not only be that it will not only be about that zone, but it will be about this descending wedge here. Now this descending wedge is how we even went up here in the first place. So let's zoom into the 4 hourly and explain more of what we see. On the 4 hourly, you can also see a bearish divergence on the RSI here. So we have this high on the RSI, but on the this one and this one and this one. So this is a higher high to this one, but in the RSI the same information is not shown to us. So the RSI simply stands for relative strength index. So if the strength here is not higher than the strength here, but this price here is higher, then this is a bearish divergence, so price needs to go back to the downside. All right, so I hope we are all clear up till now. Please check the 15-minute. Kindly check Unify. All right, BTC dumped then pumped back up. Yes, it should dump then pump back up. It should. That's on the 4 hourly. It should. So in the last 4 hours, it dumped and then pumped back up. We are just having a consolidation here. That consolidation between the 0.382 and the 0.5 fib. All right, so let's say how we got to this place, because that was really some people's problem. Like, they are just lost in price action, and I understand them, because, well, BTC has really been funny in the past couple of days, and there are some key things that I would want you to look out for, which is actually the primary focus of this video. That's like, where are we going from here? Okay, so let's delete all of this and then we can talk about this. Now, when you come here, immediately you can see this descending channel. You can see the descending channel that's starting from here and going down like so. And I think in my last predictive analysis video, I was talking about this descending channel, and I was telling you that what is to validate it, what is to actually make it you know, get it validated, would be a break to the upside here. Yes, would be a break to the upside here, because this, you can also see this like so. Let me put it, and I'll change the color. white larger, yellow larger. Yes. So if you look at this like so, you'll be like, all right, so that is a bear pennant. Yes. So bear pennants look like this. You have this drop and you have price going like so. This would have been the bear pennant. This would have been what we are seeing here. This would have been our bear pennant like so. Yes, but it's not, because price actually dumped to the downside, which it should do from a bear pennant, and then it retraced back up here. Now in my other video I was telling you that if price does come back down here, it will only mean that this was a retest of the pennant and it is going to go to the downside, but it did not, and it instead retraced from here and went to the upside. And this was the reason why I was calling for a long in the Discord group. This candle here, this one convinced me that price is going to go to the upside. This candle here, because this candle is telling me not only that this was because even up to here you could still see that price will continue to go to the downside. A lot of people will predict that price will go to the downside here, but this candle is actually validating the entire fractal of it going to the upside from here. Yes, and you can see that the larger part of the candle is above the resistance point here. All right, so that is how we went to the upside, because this has been a descending channel all along here. So where do we have the target? The target of the channel would be from here to here, or you could still put it like so. It's the same measurement if you put like so, or straight up like so, and then we take that and put that here. All right, now you see that it does take some time to go for your target, because if you take this from here for the range and you go like so, it took 12 days for your target to happen. So this is 12 days here, and this was actually the target of that of this descending channel. Now the ultimate target for a descending channel is the top of the channel. The ultimate target of an ascending channel is the bottom of the channel. So from here you can immediately know that this now has become your zone of resistance, and it hit it to the T. And this is why I was saying that my first zone of retracement would be at 17.4. The second zone would be at 17.6. Now it did hit it and it went back to the downside. And what we may have noticed even up to I think those who follow me on Instagram would know that we were live on Insta and we had this target before it happened. BTC quite literally bounced off of this target live with us seeing it happen. Yes, and the reason it did that is because that was the target of this symmetrical triangle here. So it came down, and if it went lower than that and closed somewhere here, it's validating the entire pole of this. So this is just going to flush down to oblivion. So it did hit this target, and so it has to come now to the downside. But we do have another thing forming here. That is this. And that is why we are actually consolidating. Now you can also, for just wait a minute, we can also see this right here. We can see this as a head and shoulders. It is a head and shoulders, not even that we can see. If we take this from here to here, so the first target of head and shoulders pattern is the shoulder. The second target is the head. So we still expect the head to play out here. That head will easily put us somewhere around 17.4. 16.4, excuse me. Yes, 16.4. It will put us somewhere around 16.4. So we could easily have a retracement to 16.4. However, note that when head and shoulders patterns happen, if you have a head, a shoulder, a head, and another shoulder like so, and this is the neckline, what usually happens is price may not just go for the target of this head immediately. It could go for the target of the first shoulder, which is the distance from here to here, yes, and then it goes like so. It may consolidate and go back above that shoulder here, because that is where liquidity would be. This is where people will be having the stop losses to capture the entire move to the downside. So it goes back up here, then goes now for the target of the head. So yeah, it usually would happen that way. So that is exactly what I would expect to play out here. That's exactly what I would expect to be playing out here. We could also see this as a bear flag here, as a bear flag, but I'm leaning more to price actually going up above this or even close to this shoulder here before going to the downside. And if I am to take my Fibonacci, now I'll do a little class on how to do Fibonacci just after this analysis. And now each time you see price drop like this, especially on the 4-hourly candle, what you should know, and this is something that any of you can do, you would use it to scalp and trade and do whatever you want all the times. Each time you see price drop on the 4-hourly candle like so, what you could do to potentially take the rest of the move is to use your Fibonacci. So the Fib states that in periods of upwards price movement, you should be taking your Fibonacci from the bottom to the top. So in downward price movement, you are taking your Fib from the top to the bottom. So what do I mean by that? We see this 4-hourly candle here, yes. So we take our Fib, the normal Fib, not the trend-based Fib, from the close of the candle here. So this is the close, this is the open. It started here, it went up, then came back down to here. So you take from the close of the candle to the top here. Yes, now you know that price should retrace anywhere from here, and the zone where you want price to touch before a real retracement would be the 0.5 Fib. The 0.5 Fib would be the half of that candle. So it's like 50% of the candle. You want to take your entry here. Now if you are to take your entry here, you are not taking it exactly at the 0.5 Fib. You are taking it at the golden pocket of that 0.5 Fib. So the golden pocket is somewhere here. So you see the golden pocket of the 0.618. Seems like that is what is playing out in the current 15 minutes. Really enjoying the analysis. Good. I like the point you made in the 3 head and shoulders and taking. Yes, that's what usually happens. So what you want to happen here, if you want to scalp a 4-hourly candle, what you want to do is when you see price drop, when you see an initial drop, what you want to do is find 50% of that candle. The 50% of that candle is where price will want to rush up to, yeah? It will want to go there no matter what. And it will come to that 50% and retrace back to the downside. Now, keep in mind, this is like most likely, it's not 100%. It may just continue going to the downside. I wanted to initiate a short on, I think that was 1 inch, and I was waiting for this 50% retracement. It did not happen. It just spiraled to death. So yeah, so basically what you would want to happen here is that you want price to come to 50% of this candle. Now, as I've said before, the strongest zones here is the 0.618, 0.5 and the 0.382. So if these are the strongest zones, you know that if price closes above these zones, then it is bound to go to the upside. So you want to put your stop loss anywhere above that that 0.382 Fibonacci, and you are putting your take profit at the close of that candle. Your risk to reward here will be 2.3, which is not bad. 1.8 is not so bad actually, and yeah, that could have been a good trade if you captured this. Yeah, now, but you always have to do this with, you know, the general momentum of the market. Is the market generally bearish or bullish? I mean, you won't be going to long Terra Luna when it's spiraling into oblivion, because you want to follow this type of strategy. It will dump and it will take you out. However, that will not be a huge loss because the risk to reward ratio here is really good. Now, on higher time frames, the risk to reward ratio, the loss, that's your stop loss, becomes bigger because, you know, the candles are generally bigger also. So yeah, so that's what you would have been doing here. Anyway, so if, as I was saying, if we are looking here, we would be seeing a head and shoulders pattern, but that's not the only thing we are looking at here. What we are also looking at is actually a descending, and it's more like a bull pennant, that is looking like so, like so. Now, if you do not see these things immediately, don't worry, with time you will be seeing them also. You know, it all takes time. Yeah, nothing in life, if you hurry over things, you will not get them, so it all really takes time. Yeah, so that's it. So what we are looking at here, this is the bull pennant. Yeah, now the target for this pennant, where is the target? The target for it will be from here. Now you might be like, why not from here? Because here is inside of another pattern altogether. So you are taking it from the first candle that closed, that opened here. Yes, so you are taking it from this fractal here to the top of that pennant. Then you put where price breaks out of the pennant. But as I've told you, I know that price will easily go up here and retrace down like so, come back down here and go up like so. This could easily happen like this. It could easily happen because even here there is some resistance here. You know, when it builds this zone like so, you will have a very strong zone of resistance here. So don't just expect that price breaks out from here and continues to go to the upside. So you could easily find that price will go up from here and still come to the downside. All right, so this is the second shoulder here. Yeah, so it can easily go up like so, even up to 17,200 before coming back for the initial target of this head down here at 16.4, then continue going to the downside. So how would I want to short this? I would have to put my short position somewhere here, short it here, put a long position here and take it up. Now that's just if it happens that way. It may not, you know, like yeah, it's all we are doing, as I always say, we are all gamblers. You know, we all guess. That's all we're doing here. That there really is no big, we could say that it's not really gambling because it requires some skill and experience and stuff, but overall we are all in a stream of guessing. That's all we do, we guess, you know. So yeah, so to know where it can go, like what would be the strongest zone if it did go to the downside, we have to use the trend-based fib. As I've said, the trend-based fib is the Fibonacci that you use. Does anyone know why Saito is pumping? Hello, I don't know, I'll have to check that. So you have to use the trend-based fib here. Now the trend-based fib, as I've said, relies on the law of 3. So it follows the three pattern structure, you will have to take it now from the swing high here, so the highest swing high here. And since we are working with price action to the, you know, to the future, you have to take the second swing high here. So actually you're going from the swing high to the last swing low here and the second swing high here. That's why some people sometimes in Discord would ask me that how will I see this, and I will put something like so. I will draw something like so. So this will be 1, this will be 2, and this will be 3. There we can know how price is going to respect all of these zones that we have been talking about. So if we take from here up to the second swing low here, and we are taking it to the the last swing low, and we are taking it to the second to the third swing high, or say the second swing high actually here, then we will know that price could easily come down to the now this will be the 16,955. 16,955 will reside around the 0.382 fib of this candle. That, so even if price is to come up here, if I'm to bet that price is going to go down, my strategy would be to short it around this Fibonacci here. I'd be shorting it around this Fibonacci, and I will put it here. I'll put it here, because if it actually closes above here, then it is going to go up. It is going to go up, and I would put my target somewhere around here. Why? Because the 0.786 is also a very strong zone with the trend-based fib. So if it closes below this 7.86 and you have a confirmation candle, now confirmation candle is just another bearish candle, together with the stochastic, which has to be in the overvalued for this type of movement. Where you would expect price to come back to will be the 1.618, which will be around 15.9k. Now know that 15.9k would be close to this bottom right here. Yes, so we also have another fractal here that is playing out, and this is why I've been saying that BTC is basically, it's not moving, because what we are doing in here, what are we doing here? We are basically just hitting the tops and bottoms of the 0.5 Fibonacci and the 0.382. We are not going anywhere. If price did close above, it did close below here, this one took us back inside, and we are just stuck in this hopeless, I don't know how to call it. So yeah, I would actually be betting that it's gonna go up, you know. Yeah, I would be betting that it's gonna go up, because here majority of people will think it's going down. I would be betting that it's going up, and I would be placing my stop loss like so. Yeah, I would be betting that it's going up like so. And here is something that you have to know with Bitcoin. It likes to do the exact opposite of what everybody thinks. Why? Because when you see a fractal like so, this is a bull pennant. Yes, so the difference between a bull pennant and a bull flag is that bull pennants have this symmetrical triangle, and bull flags have a downward channel like so. But they are all the same, like their price action would happen the same, just that this one is most likely to go to the upside even in the first trial than this one. This one would like to come down here before going up. This one would easily just go up from here, most of the times anyway. So that's what you have to note about the two. So now when you see this type of pattern like so, which is bullish, price would like to go down here, collect all the liquidity, because when you are trading you would want to put your long position like so. Yes, let's say you're an aggressive trader, you will want to put it like so, and you expect that it's going to go to the upside, and you are entering here. It will want to come down here and collect all that liquidity that you kept down here before going to the way that you even thought it's going to go. So some people would even prefer that price breaks to the upside, and that is what I would usually do when I want to capture a larger move. I want that it breaks properly and then I enter. Going in aggressively here will just stop you out, and you might be like, oh yeah, it's just, you know, 0.5 cents or $1 or $10 or something like that. But if that happens like 10 times, then you find yourself losing a lot more. So yeah, that's when you see this symmetrical triangle like so, know that price is most likely to break to the downside here. Yes, and that could be what you would say was happening here, because if we take this like so, that this structure will be the same like so, and we see it breaking to the downside here. However, we do have other confirmations here, and we do think it could go up then still go down, because this was the and that's why I say patterns can be a bit confusing, because you have to remember all of this all the times. They have to be in your mind that you have this here, you have this here, and yeah, but patterns do help to give you a longer term analysis of the market. It would be a bit more difficult, you know, predicting things that would happen in 5 months or in, you know, God knows. Without patterns, you really need them to, you know, predict longer term trends. So yeah, I would be leaning towards the side that this is gonna go up to here, then come back to the downside here. Now if I was to like you know, have like another confluence for this, I would go to the daily candle. And on that daily candle, as I've said before, when you see price drop, take 50% retracement from that candle, and that is where you want to short it. Don't just short immediately. Short from 50% retracement of that candle, or about a quarter retracement of that candle. So if the 4 hourly, the fractal that we were seeing on the 4 hourly, on the daily, you would see that this is the daily candle, this is the daily candle drop. Yes, now this daily candle drop tells us that we would want to short 50% retracement of that candle. And if we put this, you will see that actually this would just be about 50% retracement. That's the potential entry here. Yeah, right at the 0.5 Fibonacci. So that would be where we want to short. Now with Fibonacci golden ratios, you don't want to put your say entry immediately at that golden ratio. You want to put it somewhere below it, yeah, at the golden pocket. So you have the golden pocket here at the 0.618. you want to put your entry below it a bit, like so. Always put it below it. If not, you will not price may not you may not make that entry. So yeah, that's it for that. And this is the other pattern that I wanted to show you guys, and this is what even I am watching out for now. Let's cancel this here. Now as you see, that price came and bounced off of here. Yes, now from here we did say that this target here simply came because of this right up here. So this drop here has nothing to do with FTX. It has nothing to do with all of this that you hear in the news. This is simply just how charts work. You can make insane predictions just from what you see here. And later in the future, maybe after 100 days, something will happen and they'll tell you that's why it happened. Actually, it's not. It's really just what you saw. Now, what we are actually waiting for here before we make a real move, what are we waiting for? We are waiting, as a reminder, we have this. So the down sloping trend line like so, yes, but this break above the down sloping trend line and this retest led us to this. Now even this has also become another pattern like so. So you always want that price touches your you want to respect price as much as possible when you are drawing your trend lines. That's how you can trade off of them. And this right here is the next problem. So here you can actually see that BTC has vehemently refused actually to break below this trend line here. That is what I find frustrating, to be honest, because we are simply in the middle of nowhere here. We are at support, of course, but we need this support to break. We need it to break to the downside. If it does break down here, the ultimate target will be here. This will be the ultimate target if it did break to the downside, but it has not. It's just ranging here. So what do we do? Now you can see that it did range here. You can see that it did that here, went up, did that here, which is the beginning of the wedge, and went up. Did that here, went up, did that here, went up. So what's up with this? Now how do we even know where it could finally go if this was to go up again? Again, we take our trend-based fib. This is a three-wave pattern, yeah? So we have 1, 2, 3. This will work perfectly with the trend-based fib because it's working the same. So you have to take from the swing low here. Now with trend-based fib, you are not taking the bodies, yeah? You are not measuring this from the bodies, you are measuring this from the wick. So it's a bit more precise than the... We can also take this from here. I'm just experimenting with this one. Let's see how well they will coincide each other. So if you put that here, so we are measuring it from this second one here, yes, not to this side because this is the future, this is the past. So you want to measure it from here. Now you see that price quite literally bounced off of the 0.5 Fibonacci here. This adds to further confluence that your idea of a descending channel here was right. So this you can use, you can follow this type of movement. Now let's see if how this would be if we kept it up here. All right, so you see that BTC is still, even in this wider perspective of the fib, ranging between the 0.38 and the 0.5. These are not just random lines. These really, like, they relate with each other easily. And the highest here, which could be like literally the highest for this movement, if this was to break and it's going up and it's going more than say 18k, this would be the highest that it could go to the 1.618, which would be at 19.1k. But I don't think that's gonna happen now. The daily is still in the overbought, and we really need it to be in the underbought, or say undervalued, before it starts to rally up. And that undervalued could actually be when BTC, if BTC does come down to 16.4. Now note that even here the 16.4 would be at the 0.236. So they are all levels that match up, yeah, they all match up. Even our 0.5 here is where we were saying that we could take a potential short, this right here. So there is no in-betweens here. But the only problem is BTC is quite literally sitting at one position. Entering now into any coin is just too risky. You can just get wigged easily. So there really is no need here. If you want to be an aggressive trader and go in here, you could go in and then you would have your stop loss, and that stop loss will need to be above the 0.618. So you see that you're exposing yourself to a lot of risk for no real benefit, because it could as well just rip you apart and go up to the 0.786 up here at 17.5. So our notion here is that we are thinking that this could potentially go up and come back down to the 16.4k level. If it could just wick down there, but I will actually try to have a long position here first, so that no matter what happens, I will catch that price movement. These days it's really difficult to catch a price that's to catch any level of volatility. It's really difficult, and you know, you don't want to miss out on any volatility if there was some volatility in the markets. So yeah, but now we can see that the 4 hourly is still in the undervalued. We want it to be in the overvalued. If price starts to go up here at the 0.5, and that puts the 4 hourly in the overvalued, the 4 hourly stochastic in the overvalued, then that will be a confirmation for a very good drop to 16.4k. So I should also have a short position opened at this level. So yeah, that's pretty much what we are looking at now. Let's see if anything is going to point us to the, if we were to take this from here to here and here. No, that wouldn't work. Anyways, but we would expect that price does come down here. The immediate target of this ascending wedge would be here. So you can just take from here to here, and you put that here. That will give us 16.2. Yeah, but I would expect that it retraces back up. This is just so that there is a rally. If there is no rally, then this thing, if it comes back down here, it risks just continuing going. It may just go to 3k, but no, I really think this is not going to give us what we want now. I don't buy that idea. I think this is going to go up, come back down, retrace, and go up finally. Yeah, to convince all, you know, everyone that we have seen the bottom, and that was it. So do you have any questions? Does anyone know why Saito is pumping? It's 7 a.m. here. I'm dedicated. Cool. Let's check and see Saito. Gate.io. Where is Saito? But these wouldn't really work, you know, like yeah, doing analysis on these types of coins, it doesn't really work. It's not so. Well, let's see. Spot. That's good. This is the 30-minute. We can't do any analysis on these types of, you know, micro caps. There is nothing we can do here. As Bitcoin starts to go to 10k, 12k, I will start getting myself ready to get into these altcoins. Yeah, let's see. There really is nothing we can use here. No data. Like, what is this? How would you even describe this? You know, there is nothing we can use here. You'd say the head and shoulders, but this is a micro cap. Like, just any amount of money will move this. Just any amount. 10K will have an impact on this. Any amount of money will move this. So there really is no data at all. Doing analysis requires money, requires a lot of liquidity. It requires a lot of data, and this does not have it. So there is nothing we can do here. But sometimes it might work, but really you can't rely on it. You know, even Bitcoin sometimes would behave as though, you know, TA does not work. So this is really, it's nothing. And if I'm, you know, putting in money in these types of coins, my idea is not so that I sell tomorrow or sell at you know, pump. No, I'll be calculating my return on investment by how many times, like, you know, by X, like, let's say thousands of percents, or, you know, I wouldn't be looking at it from the micro perspective, like it pumped by 50% or 30%. That won't be anything. So do you guys have any questions, so that we can, could you take a look at my chart on ADA? I posted in the Discord. That was the, what BTC is really just trying to troll with us. It's really just trolling with us. If you were to be, you know, aggressive with this potential short here, you could short it on, but on a lower leverage, because it can't just bounce from here. You're basically shorting support, and it's done this many times and went up. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating to know that you cannot know where it's going to go. You can just lean on your own, you know, thoughts and methods. It's really frustrating sometimes. It makes you wish you were God. So ADA, yeah, I think I did make some analysis of ADA some time ago. No. Yeah, we see that it already came for the 0.5 here, 0.5 fib, and it's like mimicking what BTC is doing. And it seems to be stuck. ADA has actually broken its support. It's broken support, and this might really be a huge plummet waiting for it. Why? What's going on with ADA? And this is on the 4-hourly. What on earth? ADA might be headed for eternal doom here. It's a 4% move. That's understandable. But what let's see. The groups too. will be getting friends to join the group too. Cool. Honestly, been a good session. Bull flag on the daily BTC, yes, because yeah, I saw that bull flag. I've seen that bull flag. Yeah, what time frame were you looking at, Ada? I think you were on the 5 minute. I never visit that time frame. Like, I don't know about it because patterns won't work there, and I'm, mostly with patterns and stuff, but they would work, but not really work. On the 5 minute, you just see just some huge consolidation. So this is what we saw on the 4 hourly, the like 3-4 candles, what we saw on the 4 hourly. This is it on the 5 minute. So it's just a consolidation. However, if we were to like look where it would go to the upside, like maximum upside move, that could come like so. No. Now you can also use this trend-based fib from the downside, and I would make like a class for the Discord group, and like so. So if you take it like so, yeah, you have its maximum here on the 5 minute to this level here. This is where I would want to short it if I was to short, if I want to go short on it. This is where I would want to short it, not here, not immediately here. Remember that with BTC you are thinking that it could go up, so here you would also have the mindset of it going up, except that you are just aggressive. You want to just go right in. Sometimes I talk about some coins and some people just dive in, and this is also a descending broadening wedge here, this descending broadening wedge. So yeah, this could actually go to the upside first before plummeting for the target of that rising wedge. So yeah, so I would be looking out for it to do this like so, and when it crosses all of this, there is nothing stopping it from coming to the 1.618. This would be the maximum zone where I would be waiting to take it to the downside here. But overall it's just looking bearish. ADA is just looking bearish, and even here we can see a head and shoulders forming out on the stochastic here, little head and shoulders. If you're being, this is on the 5 minute, and I believe scalpers, you'd want to use a very tight stop loss, because here you want to use very high leverage. Without high leverage here, you wouldn't be doing anything, so you want to use a very tight stop loss. Let's see. So according to my strategy, I would be waiting for it to go up, but I'm not into scalping like in the 5 minute. The lowest I will go would be 15 minute, not 5. All right, so yeah, so far so good. I hope everyone understood what is going on the BTC chart, and yeah, we'll be waiting to see how price action plays out. I may do some thinking and choose a side. That's basically, but I still do think it can go up here, right up to here, or even here at the 1.618. yeah, which would be 17.2, around 17.2. I do think it can go up there. I don't think this is just gonna grace us with a plummet. If it's gonna grace us with a plummet, then you may as well catch it as it removes this wick here. So you're not just waiting for it to close below. If it does go below this wick, it's going down. That will be it. But apart from that, no. It's just consolidating now. There is really nothing you can do about this type of movement. Really nothing. If we were to take this, So from the bottom here, we are taking the regular Fibonacci from the bottom of the entire fractal to the top, or you can even take it from here, but anyhow from here still works. If you take it from here to the top, then we find that this zone at 16.5 is a very strong zone. That very strong zone will be the 0.382 of this single candle, as I was telling you, because we are going to the downside. You take this from here, put at the close of this candle, and here this is the 0.382 of this candle. So if it breaks that and breaks the 0.236, it's going down, and there will be nothing to stop it. It will just go down to this target, and yeah. But that in itself, all of that price movement, even if it comes down here, so for example, if this actually comes down here, I would immediately just be very bearish, because this will come here and still find a lot of trouble breaking this. If it can, then I will have stop loss here, but it will have trouble breaking this, so it should come to the bottom of this one, because it has broken the wedge pointing to the upside. It should come to the target of this one. Anyway, thanks so much for watching the video. Thanks for being here. We will see each other in the next episode of this predictive analysis video. Until then, stay safe. If you're not in the Discord group, let me I think I have the link already in the description of this video. You can use the link in the description, or join the Telegram group, where you can ask questions at any moment. Until then, stay safe, guys.